हरि त्रिपुर सुंदरी कंजदलाय दाक्षी कुंजर गमने मणिमंडित मंजुल चरणे मामव शिव पंचर शुकि पंकज मुखि गुरु रंजनि दुरिद भंजनि निरंजनि कुंजर गमने मणिमंडित मंजुल चरणे मामव शिव पंचर शुकि पंकज मुखि गुहरंजनि दुरिद भंजनि निरंजनि सा सनि दप मग म पनि दप मग सा सनि दप स स ग स ग म पनि सा सनि ज ग स म ग सनि दप नि नि सा सनि दप म प मग स ग म पनि कंजदलाय दाक्षी कामाक्षी कमला मनोहरी त्रिपुर सुंदरी कंजदलाय दाक्षी राकाशशिवदने सुरतने रक्षितमदने रत्नसदने श्रीकाञ्चीनिवासने सुरसने शृङ्गाराश्रयमन्दहासने एकानेका शरि भुवनेश्वरी एकानन्दा स्मृतजरिभाश्वरी एकाङ्क्रमणोदय हरिश्रीकर एकाम्रेश गृहेश्वरि शङ्करि सा सनि दप मग म पनि दप मग सा सनि दप स स ग स ग म पनि सा सनि ज ग स म ग सनि दप नि नि सा सनि दप म प मग स ग म पनि कंजदलाय दाक्षी कामाक्षी कमला मनोहरी त्रिपुर सुंदरी कंजदलाय दाक्षी
Thank you, Sahitya Akademi. Now I request President Sahitya Akademi, Sri Madhav Kaushik ji, welcome the Chief Guest of this evening, Sri Kamani Auditorium with a bouquet and also shawl. Thank you. Respected Sri Kamani Auditorium, distinguished writer, scholar, and former civil servant, and the chief guest of today's program, Sri Madhav Kaushik ji, our new President Sahitya Akademi, Professor Kumar Sharma ji, our new Vice President Sahitya Akademi, respected Professor Chandrasekhar Kambar ji, former President, respected Professor Vishwanath Prasad Tiwari ji, fellow and former President of Sahitya Akademi, and all the award winners who are with us today, all the General Council members of Sahitya Akademi, literary lovers, media personalities, and honorable friends of Sahitya Akademi. I am glad to welcome all of you for this ceremony to present Sahitya Akademi Award in 24 Indian languages. I join all the General Council members, President, Vice President, the Chief Guest, and all the literary lovers in extending heartiest congratulations to all the winners of Sahitya Akademi Award 2022. Before proceeding any further, I request everyone present here to stand up and give a warm round of applause to Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji, distinguished poet, playwright, and one of the finest minds of modern India, for his meritorious service to Indian literary community as a president of Sahitya Akademi in the past 5 years and as a vice president of Sahitya Akademi between 2013 and 2018. Thank you so much. Friends, when a writer completes writing a book, or when the readers go through that work and provide feedback, or when the work gets recognized by the highest literary bodies in the country, those are the highest happiness that a writer derives. In fact, as I got to know from my writer friends, there is nothing that gives satisfaction to the writer than feedback from the readers. In fact, constructive criticism from the well read literary connoisseurs is the best. Of course, and without any doubt, writing is an individual effort, even though all literature reflects reality, both physical and psychological. But every writer, irrespective of the language in which one is writing or the region of which one resides, is rooted in one or other cultural and literary traditions. That may sound little odd to make in this highly globalized world and may even sound unfair to some international writers. But deep down, all the writers hail from one or other tradition, even if they jet trot the globe, but the narrative and the stories arrive from one or other culture. I'm not referring to tradition and the individual talent by T.S. Eliot or Kafka and his predecessors by Jorge Luis Borges. A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf when I am talking about writers and traditions. The personalities seated in the dais and those in front of me are eminent scholars. All I am doing here is just sharing some of my thoughts with all of you while welcoming you all. Sahitya Akademi Award in four categories. For that matter, all literary awards is seen outwardly given to a particular book in a particular language that is of outstanding literary merit. But literary tradition in each of the 24 Indian languages recognized by the Sahitya Akademi has rich and long heritage, literary standard, and reception evolve over several eras, and in the case of Indian literary traditions, they span several centuries, and in some cases, about 2000 years. So, in a deep sense, and without going into the debate about poetic tradition and the attempts to place each writer in the context of the history of literary tradition, that we can have it in some other platform and on some other day. Sahitya Akademi Award is nothing but paying respect and tribute to each literary tradition, history, and richness of that tradition. India is, friends, a richly diverse country when it comes to languages and literature. Hundreds, if not thousands, of languages spoken, and the amount of literature emanating from those diverse languages make Indian subcontinent a very special literary place. Subcultures in each community in India not only provides rich and vast material for literary creation, but also make the process of creative writing vibrant one. Then there is a question of long tradition and how that gels with the modernity. The author of the work bridges various subcultures within a given literary or cultural tradition by highlighting the positive aspects or sometimes even pointing out the degradation of a specific element in that tradition. Every literary creation is the continuation of a long tradition, and the writer, through his or her or their work, bridges the modernity and tradition. Very importantly, every story or novel or poem or play or criticism is an addition to the knowledge pool of that community. Each writer, writing in one's own language, contributes to the enrichment of all the societies in the world. So every writer belongs to Vishwa Sahitya Parampara or world literary tradition, and each and every writer and poet should not be confined to some narrow alley of language or region or religion. It is this philosophy that is the foundation of Sahitya Akademi Awards in all categories. Friends, I would like to take this opportunity to talk about the Festival of Letters as today is the first day of Festival of Letters 2023 and also a minute about Sahitya Akademi's activities in the past 1 year. The Vishwa Sahitya Parampara is not possible unless one is able to visualize the universality of humanity based on the age-old dictum of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Aligning with that, and to celebrate India assuming the chairmanship of G20 for 2023, the theme of this year's Festival of Letters is G20 theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future. Another highlight of this year's Festival of Letters is the presence of Kazakh Writers delegation, who will also participate in the Indo-Kazakh Writers Meet in the festival. I thank all the members of the delegation for making it for the Festival of Letters 2023. Festival of Letters in India's most inclusive literature festival. Started in 1985, Festival of Letters have been trendsetter for all the literature festivals that followed in one way or another. In this year's Festival of Letters, more than 400 eminent writers, poets, translators, critics, and publishers are participating. Every year, the festival hosts young writers, women writers, Dalit writers, writers from Northeast, tribal writers, transgender writers, children, translators, critics, and publishers, with each segment getting to share with the world their specialty. Sahitya Akademi works to promote literature in the 24 Indian languages. It has recognized, including Indian writing in English. Towards that end, Sahitya Akademi confers awards and fellowships, publishes books, organizes literary programs, issues travel grants to young writers, organizes or participates in the book fair and exhibitions in all the 24 Indian languages across the country and throughout the year. In 2022, Sahitya Akademi organized 579 literary programs in all the 24 languages. That is, we organized one program in every 15 hours. Organized Asia's largest international literature festival, Unmesha in Shimla, in June 2022. Published 465 books in all the 24 languages, including reprints. That means we publish one book in every 19 hours. Presented a total of 96 awards in 4 categories and presented 8 Bhasha Samman for the contribution to unrecognized languages and research into classical and medieval literature of India. Added 1,560 books to its libraries, taking to the total number of books around 3 lakhs. Produced 10 documentaries, taking the total number of documentaries on Indian writers to 168. Organized or participated in 107 book fairs or exhibitions across India. Generated a total revenue of 18.36 crores through sales of Sahitya Akademi publications in all the 24 languages, and this is the history of the Sahitya Akademi so far. With these few words, I once again welcome all the literary organizers who are present here. And friends, I gladly welcome Sri Upamanu Chatterjee, one of the most distinguished writers and scholars of contemporary India, who has kindly agreed to be with us as the chief guest this evening. And he spent over 30 years in the Indian Administrative Service. He is the author of several short stories and novels. He received Sahitya Akademi Award in 2004 for his The Memories of the Welfare State. The Upamanu Chatterjee, fondly remembered for his debut novel, English August, An Indian Story, is one of the powerful and emerging voices among the India's post-colonial literary stalwarts. In 2008, he was awarded the Ordre des Arts et des Letters for his contribution to literature. Welcome, sir. I warmly, heartily welcome the President of Sahitya Akademi, Sri Madhav Kaushikji, eminent Hindi writer, who has kindly agreed to preside over this ceremony. He has 29 published books to his credit, including poetry collections, short story collections, criticism, children literature, translation and edited books. He was also the chairman of Chandigarh Sahitya Akademi. He is the recipient of Shiromani Sahityakar Samman, Mahakavi Surdas Samman, Babu Bal Mukund Gupta Samman, Hans Kavita Samman, All India Balraj Shani Award, Millennium Award, Lifetime Achievement Award from Government of Haryana, etc. Welcome to Sri Madhav Kaushikji. I sincerely welcome Professor Kumar Sharma ji, the Vice President of Sahitya Akademi, who is gracing this occasion. She is working as professor, Department of Hindi, Delhi University, and she has 13 published books on various subjects such as media, women discourses, and literature to her credit, besides many published articles in reputed newspapers and magazines. And she has delivered more than 300 lectures in different Indian universities and important social forums of national and international level. She has been the member of Executive Council Atal Bihari Vajpayee Hindi Vishwavidyalaya Bhopal, Academic Council Mahatma Gandhi Antarrashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya, expert member of Board of Studies of Gautam Buddha University, high level core committee member of Prasar Bharati, member of Hindi Advisory Committee of Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India, and she is the recipient of Sahitya Bhushan Samman, Bharat Naresh Chandra Puraskar, Damodar Chaturvedi Smriti Samman, Sahitya Sri Samman. Welcome to Professor Kumar Sharma. I sincerely welcome the members of our newly elected General Council and members of our committed and hard-working staff. I thank them all with depth of my heart. With these few words, I'm glad to welcome all of you once again and also take this opportunity to thank Indian writers community for their continued patronage and support through 69 years of Sahitya Akademi. I thank and welcome the representatives of our print and other media who have responded to our invitation and are sure to give this greatest festival of letters in the country the coverage it deserves. Thank you all. Now I request Sri Madhav Kaushik ji, President Sahitya Akademi, to address this august gathering.
नमस्कार। परम आदरणीय श्री मनु चटर्जी, लब्ध प्रतिष्ठित लेखक प्रोफेसर कुमार शर्मा जी, उपाध्यक्ष साहित्य अकादमी श्री के श्रीनिवास राव जी, सचिव परम आदरणीय प्रोफेसर विश्वनाथ प्रसाद तिवारी जी, प्रोफेसर चंद्रशेखर कंबार जी, जो हमारे लिए एक तरह से प्रेरणा स्रोत हैं और जिनके चिन्हों पे चल के हम साहित्य अकादमी को उसकी गरिमा के अंतिम छोर तक ले जाना चाहते हैं। सभी पुरस्कार विजेता मित्रों, सामान्य परिषद के सभी नवनिर्वाचित सदस्यों, साहित्यकार बंधुओं, आज का जो दिन है वास्तव में साहित्य अकादमी के लिए भी बड़ा एक ऐतिहासिक दिन होता है। वैसे तो हर साल हम पुरस्कार अर्पण समारोह का आयोजन करते हैं, लेकिन 5 वर्ष में एक आयोजन ऐसा भी होता है, उसी दिन साहित्य अकादमी का चुनाव होता है और उसकी नवनिर्वाचित सामान्य परिषद अपने सभी कन्वीनर्स का भी चुनाव करती है। तो इस तरह से आज के इस समारोह का महत्व पहले से कहीं अधिक है। दूसरी बात ये है, जैसे राव साहब ने अपनी रिपोर्ट में बहुत संक्षिप्त शब्दों में जो बातें कही, उनको सुन के आपको भी अचरज हुआ होगा कि भारत का एकमात्र ऐसा संस्थान जो भारत का नहीं दुनिया के सबसे बड़े प्रकाशन गृहों में से एक है, हर दिन की बात छोड़िए कुछ घंटों में हम एक किताब प्रकाशित करते हैं। कोई ऐसा दिन नहीं जब हम 2 से अधिक आयोजन नहीं करते। दुनिया में कोई ऐसा प्रकाशन गृह नहीं जो 24 भाषाओं के प्रकाशित ग्रंथों को आपके सामने लेके आता है। तो मित्रों, ये सब आप सबकी सहायता से, आपके सहयोग से, आपके मार्गदर्शन से ही एक तरह से संभव हो पाता है। और वो राव साहब ने जैसे बताया कि इसके पीछे जो प्रेरणा है वो भी भारतीय साहित्य की जो एकात्म है उसका परिचय है। दोस्तों, आज का दिन वास्तव में बड़े उत्सव का दिन है। हम सब लोग अक्सर एक बात करते रहते हैं, आम जीवन में चलते फिरते एक मुहावरा हमें दिन में 100 बार सुनाई देता है यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी, भारत की विविधता में एकता है, लेकिन उसको देखने का अवसर नहीं मिलता हमें। आज का ये समारोह उस एकता को दिग्दर्शित करवाने का भी एक उदाहरण है। आप इस छोर से उस छोर तक एक बार नजर घुमाइए, आपके सामने पूरा हिंदुस्तान पेश है। पूरा हिंदुस्तान अपनी पूरी विविधता के साथ, पूरी जटिलता के साथ भी ये वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने आम आदमी के सपने, आम आदमी की इच्छाएं, आम आदमी की आह और कराह, आम आदमी का संघर्ष आपके सामने रखा है। इनके साहित्य के जरिए हम हिंदुस्तान की असली नब्ज को पहचानने में कामयाब होते हैं और हमें मालूम पड़ता है कि हिंदुस्तान का व्यक्ति उत्तर से लेकर दक्षिण तक, पूर्व से लेकर पश्चिम तक कहीं भी रहता है, उसके साहित्यिक सरोकार एक जैसे हैं। जब भी किसी साहित्यकार के पांव में कांटा चुभता है तो पूरा दर्द वो पूरे समाज के साथ बांटता है और आम आदमी के दर्द को स्वयं अपने पे झेल के आपके सामने रखता है। मित्रों, मैं इन सभी पुरस्कार विजेता लेखकों को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूँ, इनके परिवारजनों को भी बधाई देता हूँ, इनकी पत्नियों और प्रेमिकाओं को भी बधाई देता हूँ कुछ बातें ऐसी है जो साहित्यकार चाहता है, संभवतः ये ना बोल पाए, इनकी तरफ से मैं बोल रहा हूँ। साहित्य उन अदृश्य शक्तियों का भी सम्मान करना जानता है जो सामने नहीं आती, लेकिन हमारे साहित्य के पीछे बहुत बड़ी ऊर्जा का काम भी करती है। मित्रों, मुझे W.H. ऑर्डन का एक सोनेट है जो उसने शेक्सपियर के लिए लिखा, उसकी अंतिम लाइन मुझे याद आ रही है। सेल्फ स्कूल्ड, सेल्फ स्कैंड एंड सेल्फ ऑनर्ड। हर लेखक सेल्फ स्कूल्ड, अपने ही विद्यालय में पढ़ाई करता है, अपनी स्कैनिंग खुद करता है, अपने आप में वो संपूर्ण है। हम उसको सम्मानित करके स्वयं गौरवान्वित होते हैं। तो आज का ये दिन हम इन सबको सम्मानित करते हुए अपने गौरव गान को भी और अधिक ऊंचा करते हैं, उसकी आवाज और मुखर करते हैं और आगे बढ़ते हैं। आज का दिन उत्सव का दिन है। ज्यादा अधिक समय ना लेता हुआ एक बार फिर हम ये अपने आप की प्रतिबद्धता को मन मन से दोहराएं कि इस देश का साहित्य, इस देश की गरिमा, इस देश की संस्कृति आज भी उतनी ही जीवंत है जितनी 5000 वर्ष पहले थी, और दुनिया की कोई ऐसी सभ्यता नहीं जो उस मकाम तक ना पहले कभी पहुंची थी ना आज पहुंचने की स्थिति में है। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूँ और एक बार फिर, जिसको उर्दू वाले कहते हैं कि लोहो कलम और ज्यादा, आप इसी तरह से लिखते रहें, इसी तरह से चलते जाओ, आंचल में अंगार लिए, वक्त तुम्हारी राह देखता है फूलों के हार लिए।
It is a presentation of Sahitya Akademi Awards 2022. So, as per the convention of Sahitya Akademi, the Vice President welcomes the awardee with a garland and bouquet, and the President Sahitya Akademi will present the plaque and also 1 lakh rupee cash award. The award in Assamese goes to Manoj Kumar Goswami. Manoj Kumar Goswami is an eminent Assamese writer born on 24th July 1962 in Nagaon, Assam. He earned his master's degree in physics from Guwahati University. Besides Assamese, he knows Hindi, English, and Bengali. Currently, he is the chief editor of Amar Assam and NK TV. And he has several publications to his credit, which include Samiran Barwa Ahi Ase, Jibon.com, Alumniar Anguli, and Swadhinta, Nirbachito Golpa, Virus Aru Ananya Golpa is the recipient of prestigious Katha Award and Sanskriti Award. Bhul Satya is a collection of short stories which adds a new dimension to the art of narrative. A master storyteller, Goswami presents a vivid portrait of the life of the middle class in Assam as they seek to cope with the crisis brought about by a changing social milieu. Excellent characterization, racy narrative technique, and marvelous plot construction make the stories a unique read. As such, Bull Satya is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian short fiction in Assamese language. Thank you. Take it. Thank you. The award in Bengali goes to Tapan Bandyopadhyay. From next year onwards, we will arrange only bouquets. Don't worry. We will keep bouquets. Tapan Bandyopadhyay is a distinguished Bengali writer, poet, and translator, and he was born on 18 June 1947 in Satkhira district of undivided Bengal. He earned his master's degree in mathematics. He knows Hindi, English, Odia, and Santali besides Bengali. He retired as a special secretary and ex-officio director of culture, Government of West Bengal, and former founder secretary, Sahitya Akademi. He has more than 140 publications to his credit. A few of his books are Nadi Mati Aranya, Samagro Shankachil, Bahubali Nil Sering, and Goenda Gargi Samagro and Birbal, etc. He has been honored with numerous awards and distinctions which include Bankim Smriti Award, Tara Shankar Award, Krithiba Sahitya Award, Ruposi Bangla Award, Apratima Mitra Award, Sahitya Setu Award, Sahitya Akademi Translation Prize, etc. Birbal is a historical novel based on the life of Birbal, who was the friend, philosopher, and guide of the Mughal Emperor Akbar. The writer portrays Birbal as a witty, intelligent, and a highly learned person whose guidance enabled Akbar to win the affection and respect of his subjects. The characterization of the novel is sharply distinguished from the funny character that readers come across in comic books, and it changes the existing notion about Birbal that prevails in the history of the Mughal period. Immaculate plot construction and refreshing narrative technique make it a mesmerizing read. As such, Birbal is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian fiction in Bengali. Thank you. Award in Bodo goes to Rashmi Chaudhary. Rashmi Chaudhary is a noted Bodo poet and writer. She was born on 1st November 1974 in Alakjir, Baksa, Assam. She did her HSSLC and is a teacher. Besides Bodo, she knows Hindi, Assamese, and English. She is the editor of Bodo Sahitya Sabha's annual magazine, The Bodo. She has two publications to her credit, Bublini Gunthal and Sansrini Mundira. She is the recipient of the awards, namely Baba Medi Mora Pogoldia Sahitya Boda and Bhasha Gaurav Award and Dr. Ambedkar Fellowship National Award. Sansrini Mundira is a collection of poems in which the poet imagines a world free of hatred and suffering, a world that is governed by love and gratitude. The poet employs postmodern style of writing and superbly encapsulates strong undertones of women's rights. The book astonishingly draws parallels between nature and intricacies of human life. The poems have a deep concern and affection for nature and express it with lyrical intensity. As such, Sansrini Modira is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian poetry in Bodo. धन्यवाद. डोगरी में प्रस्तुत वीणा गुप्ता. वीणा गुप्ता प्रख्यात डोगरी लेखक, भाषाविद तथा नाटककार है. आपका जन्म 31 अक्टूबर 1950 को जम्मू में हुआ. आपने संस्कृत में स्नातकोत्तर तथा भाषा विज्ञान में पीएचडी की उपाधियां प्राप्त की. आपको डोगरी के अलावा अंग्रेजी, हिंदी, संस्कृत तथा उर्दू भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है. आप जम्मू विश्वविद्यालय के डोगरी स्नातकोत्तर विभाग से प्रोफेसर के पद से सेवानिवृत्त हुई. आपको उल्लेखनीय कृतियों में शामिल है अनुवाद विज्ञान, डोगरी भाषा, उद्भव और विकास, डोगरी कविता प्रमुख रुझान, अश्विनी मगोत्रा, लाइफ एंड वर्क्स आदि. आपको जम्मू और कश्मीर राज्य पुरस्कार, साहित्य अकादमी अनुवाद पुरस्कार, महाराष्ट्र राज्य हिंदी साहित्य अकादमी पुरस्कार जैसे कई प्रतिष्ठित पुरस्कारों से सम्मानित किया जा चुका है. 6 रूपक उत्कृष्ट नाटक संग्रह है जो डोगरी भाषा, डोगरी के प्रख्यात लेखकों तथा डोगरी के महत्वपूर्ण सांस्कृतिक तत्वों पर प्रकाश डालता है. आपके गहन शोध में निहित तथा डोगरी साहित्य और संस्कृति में उपलब्ध नाटक पाठकों की किसी भी पीढ़ी द्वारा आसानी से समझे जा सकते हैं तथा समकालीन डोगरी सांस्कृतिक परिवेश के बारे में आपकी गहन सोच को प्रमाणित करते हैं. 6 रूपक कृति डोगरी में लिखित भारतीय नाटकों को महत्वपूर्ण योगदान मानी गई है. Never. Award in English goes to Anuradha Roy. Anuradha Roy is a distinguished writer in English. She was born on 13 July 1967 in Kolkata. She graduated in English literature from Presidency College, Kolkata, and obtained master's degree in literature from Cambridge University, UK. Besides English, she knows Hindi and Bengali. Currently, she serves as a designer at Permanent Black Publishing House. She has 5 publications to her credit, which include An Atlas of Implausible Longing, The Folded Air, Sleeping on Jupiter, All the Lives We Never Lived, and The Earth Spinner. She has been honored with several prestigious awards and distinctions, which include Economist Crossword Prize, DSC Prize, Tata Book of the Year Award, and Nilima Rani Sahitya Samman. All the Lives We Never Lived is a compelling novel in which one story is told in the form of another. Roy writes a luminous prose that is a delight to read and reflects the inner world of characters who lead fraught lives in a world plagued with uncertainties and dislocations. The novel immaculately establishes Roy's excellent command over style and also her rare worldview. As such, All the Lives We Never Live is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian fiction in English. Thank you. Award in Gujarati goes to Ghulam Muhammad Sheikh. Ghulam Muhammad Sheikh is a distinguished writer, poet, painter, and educationist in Gujarati. He was born on 16 February 1937 in Surendranagar, Saurashtra, Gujarat. He obtained a master's degree in fine arts from MSc University Baroda. He knows Hindi and English besides Gujarati. He has several publications to his credit, which include Athava, American Chitrakala, Lakshman Gaur, Paroksha, Contemporary Art of Baroda, and Banod Bihari Mukherjee Centenary Retrospective. He has been honored with several awards and distinctions, such as Gujarat State Lalit Kala Akademi Award, Bombay Art Society Award, Lalit Kala Akademi Award, Kalidas Samman, Gaurav Puraskar. He was honored with Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan by the Government of India. Gair Jada, a collection of autobiographical essays, recounts with unforgettable intensity of a life lived in various parts of Gujarat. The writer has forged a unique idiom to powerfully evoke memories and experiences. In these essays, the personal and the public, the psychological and the sociological dimensions are seamlessly blended. The essays are deeply rooted in the both aspects, painting and writing, of his internal creativity. As such, Gher Jata is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian non-fiction in Gujarati. Thank you. हिंदी में पुरस्कृत बद्री नारायण. बद्री नारायण हिंदी तथा अंग्रेजी के प्रख्यात कवि एवं पत्रकार है। आपका जन्म 5 अक्टूबर 1965 को जनई आरा बिहार में हुआ। आपको हिंदी के अलावा अंग्रेजी भाषा का भी ज्ञान है। आपने इलाहाबाद विश्वविद्यालय से कला में स्नातकोत्तर तथा आधुनिक इतिहास में पीएचडी की उपाधियां प्राप्त की। आप सामाजिक इतिहास और सांस्कृतिक और नृविज्ञान के विद्वान हैं। संप्रति आप गोविंद वल्लभ पंत सामाजिक विज्ञान संस्थान प्रयागराज उत्तर प्रदेश में प्रोफेसर और निदेशक के पद पर कार्यरत है। आपकी उल्लेखनीय कृतियां हैं प्रतिनिधि कविताएं हैं तुमड़ी के शब्द, खुदाई में हिंसा, शब्द पदीयम, सच सुनो, कई दिन हुए आदि। आपको भारत भूषण अग्रवाल सम्मान, बनारसी प्रसाद भोजपुरी सम्मान, केदार सम्मान, स्पंदन कृति पुरस्कार, राष्ट्रकवि दिनकर पुरस्कार, शमशेर सम्मान, मीरा स्मृति सम्मान आदि कई पुरस्कारों तथा सम्मानों से अलंकृत किया जा चुका है। तुमड़ी के शब्द कविता संग्रह है। कविताओं में लोक परंपरा, इतिहास तथा समकालीनता का सुंदर मिश्रण है, जिसके कारण कविता भी भाषा और लय असाधारण रूप से समृद्ध हुई है, जिससे अर्थ की गंभीरता और अधिक परिलक्षित होती है। इस कृति की कविताएं समकालीन मानव सभ्यता का अद्भुत प्रक्रियात्मक क्रिटिक तैयार करती है और यह संदेश देती है कि कविता लेखन बड़े उत्तरदायित्व का कार्य है। इस कृति की कविताएं गहनता और दुर्लभ विश्व दृष्टि के साथ प्रेम, मानवता, अहिंसा तथा सार्वभौमिक बंधुत्व जैसे मानवीय मूल्यों का समर्थन करती है। तुमड़ी के शब्द कृति हिंदी में लिखित भारतीय काव्य का महत्वपूर्ण योगदान मानी गई है। Thank you. Award in Kannada goes to Mudnakudu Chinnaswamy. Mudnakudu Chinnaswamy is a distinguished Kannada writer, poet, playwright, and translator. He was born on 22nd September 1954 at Mudnakudu, Chamarajanagar, Karnataka. He holds master's degree in commerce, Kannada literature, and also a D.Litt. Besides Kannada, he knows English. He retired as Director of Finance and Financial Advisor, Bengaluru Metropolitan Transport Corporation. He has around 50 publications to his credit, a few of which are Kenda Mandala, Muru Bidi ನಾಟಕಗಳು, ಕೊಂದಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮುಳ್ಳಿ ಬೆಲಿಮಗಳು, ನೆನಪಿನ ಹಕ್ಕಿಯ ಹರಳು ಬಿಟ್ಟು etc. Is the recipient of several awards and distinctions such as Sirsangi Lingaraja Sahitya Award, Nada Chetana Award, Bendre Pratishtana Award, Karnataka Sahitya Akademi Award, and Karnataka Rajyotsava Award. ಬಹುತ್ವಾದ ಭಾರತ ಮತ್ತು ಬೌದ್ಧ Tatvikate, a collection of essays, makes a significant contribution to rational literature in Kannada. Written in lucid style, the essays included in the volume deepen our understanding of the basic tenets of Buddhism, Dr. Ambedkar's and Basavana's thoughts that call for democracy, annihilation of caste, and untouchability. The essence of plurality in India is dealt with a fresh conceptualization of their ideologies and thoughts. Broadly, the book evokes the dream of equality, casteless, and inclusive society, and proves to be a highly significant thought on contemporary social structure. As such, ಬಹುತ್ವದ ಭಾರತ ಮತ್ತು Bauddhi Tattvikate is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian non-fiction in the Kannada language. Thank you. Award in Kashmiri goes to Farooq Ahmad. Farooq Ahmad is an eminent Kashmiri and English writer, journalist, historian, and scholar. He writes under the nom de plume Farooq Fayaz. He was born on 16 April 1954 in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. He holds master's degree in history and Kashmiri literature. Besides a PG diploma and an MPhil and a PhD, he knows English and Urdu besides Kashmiri language. He has around 13 books and around 150 research papers to his credit. Some of his books in Kashmiri and English are Jaban Adapte, Tawari, Folklore and History of Kashmir, Sheikh ul Alam, Kashmiri Revisited. He is the recipient of several prestigious awards, such as Best Book Award by Jammu and Kashmir State Cultural Academy, Fazil Memorial Award, Jammu and Kashmir Media Award, and Maras Adbi Sangam Award. Jair Dub, a significant critical treatise, offers perceptive evaluation of a major literary contribution of distinguished Kashmiri writers. It examines their works in the light of new critical theories with reference to neo-historicism and deepens our understanding of Kashmiri literature. The book encapsulates the contents and other aspects of literary aesthetics from the perspective of diverse critical theories. Besides, it offers genuinely fresh insights into the changing scenario of Kashmiri literature over a century. As such, Jai Dub is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian literary criticism in Kashmiri. Thank you. Award in Konkani goes to Maya Anil Kharangte. Maya Anil Kharante is an eminent Konkani writer and translator. She was born on 20th June 1956 at Asoldem, Goa. Besides Konkani, she knows Marathi, Hindi, and English. She holds bachelor's degree in arts and education. She retired as teacher. She has around 47 publications to her credit, notable among which are Shilp Kavya, Woli Fantold, Mruganjal, Japan Pallovan Ailon, and Chania Radhichot Dukhant. She has received prestigious awards such as NCRT Award, Konkani Kala Sahitya Award, Konkani Bhasha Mandal Award, Sahitya Akademi Bal Sahitya Puruskar, and Mohini Kavya Award. Amrut Vel is a novel set in pre-liberation Goa and depicts a social world dominated by caste distinctions and gender discrimination. Besides portraying Goa with socio-historical perspective sensibility, it movingly dramatizes the endless yearning of a woman for better times. The novelist deftly exploits the possibilities of Konkani language and captures its deep nuances. As such, Amritwal is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian fiction in Konkani. मैथिली में पुरस्कृत अजित आजाद। अजित आजाद प्रख्यात मैथिली कवि, लेखक, पत्रकार और कलाकार है। आपका जन्म 6 जून 1969 को हटनी मधुबनी बिहार में हुआ। अपने जीव विज्ञान में एमएससी की उपाधि प्राप्त की। आपको मैथिली के अलावा हिंदी, अंग्रेजी तथा संस्कृत भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है। आप नवारंभ, बालबंधु, सखी, बहिनापा, मिथिला मिलन, मिथिला आवाज जैसे प्रमुख समाचार पत्रों के संपादन तथा संचालन से जुड़े हैं। आपकी 30 से अधिक कृतियां प्रकाशित हैं, जिनमें से कुछ उल्लेखनीय है। युद्धक विरोध में, वृद्धक प्रतिहिंसा, मृत्युथिक विचार, पेनड्राइव में पृथ्वी आदि। आपको कीर्ति नारायण मिश्र साहित्य सम्मान, बालेंद्र नारायण विप्लव साहित्य सम्मान, सत्यानंद पाठक युवा पत्रकारिता सम्मान, यात्री पुरस्कार तथा तिरहुत साहित्य सम्मान जैसे कई पुरस्कारों और सम्मानों से विभूषित किया जा चुका है। पेनड्राइव में पृथ्वी 185 कविताओं का संग्रह है, जो मानव जीवन के विभिन्न पहलुओं को उजागर करता है। मैथिली संस्कृति में गहराई से डूबे इन कविताओं में अनुभवों की एक विस्तृत दुनिया समाहित है। उत्कृष्ट लय तथा दोनों एक साथ मिलकर मैथिली भाषा की विधान आंतरिक सुंदरता को उजागर करते हैं। कविताएं यह सिद्ध करती है कि किस प्रकार कवि का विश्व दृष्टिकोण कविता के ताने बाने के माध्यम से आधुनिक विचारों को खूबसूरती से दर्शाता है। पेनड्राइव में पृथ्वी कृति मैथिली में लिखित भारतीय कविता संग्रह को महत्वपूर्ण योगदान मानी गई है। The award in Malayalam goes to M. Thomas Matthew. M. Thomas Matthew is an eminent Malayalam writer, critic, and translator. He was born on 27 September 1940 in Pathanamthitta, Kerala. He holds a master's degree in Malayalam literature from the University of Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram. He served as a professor at various colleges in Kerala and director of Kerala Bhasha Institute. He knows English besides Malayalam. He has 18 books to his credit, a few of which are Danda Gopura Tileku Vindum, Ente Valmikam Evde, Manushante Shabdam Sangeetam Pole, Ashante Sitayanam. Is the recipient of several prestigious awards such as Kerala Sahitya Akademi Award, C.P. Kumar Endowment Award, Vailar Ramavarma Award, C.P. Menon Memorial Award, Dr. T.P. Sukumaran Memorial Award, Suvarna Kairali Award. He is a fellow of Kerala Sahitya Akademi. Ashante Sitayana undertakes an in-depth analysis of the Malayalam poet Kumaranasan's classic poetry, Chinta Vishtayaya Sita. The book offers a refreshingly new interpretation of Sita's character and explores her inner life. It adopts a fascinatingly innovative approach to a mythological subject and offers rare insights into the reception of mythological literature. As such, Ashante Sitayanam is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian criticism in Malayalam. explores into the world of women, employing striking images, metaphors, and rich poetic diction. Social issues of Manipuri women have been beautifully dealt with and addressed with a deep and conscious effort. As such, Leironum is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian poetry in Manipuri. Thank you. The award in Marathi goes to Praveen Dasrath Bandekar. Praveen Dasrath Bandekar is a noted Marathi writer, poet, and critic. He was born on 20th March 1966 at Vengurla, Sindhudurg, Maharashtra. He holds master's degree in English and Marathi literature. Besides Marathi, he knows Hindi, Konkani, and English. He is a lecturer at Government Junior College at Sawantwadi, Sindhudurg. He has several publications to his credit, which include Yeru Mane, Chalega, Indian Animal Farm, Chinbhin. He has won many prestigious awards such as Maharashtra Foundation Award, Jain Foundation's ND Mahanor Award, Gangadhar Gadgil Award, Rajashri Shahu Award, etc. Ujavya Sundecha Bahulya, an experimental novel, dramatizes a contemporary cultural crisis. An innovative narrative technique deftly incorporates elements of folk art forms like Chitrakhati that are popular in the South Konkan region of Maharashtra. Occasional application of Konkani and Goan dialects enrich the narrative. The nostalgia and loss of identity of intellectuals living in an imaginary world is brilliantly portrayed in the novel. As such, Ujavya Sondecha Bahulya is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian fiction in Marathi. Thank you. Award in Nepali goes to KB Nepali. KB Nepali is a noted writer, playwright, poet, and translator in Nepali. He was born on 16 November 1939 in Digboy, Assam. He holds a Hindi Visharad degree. Besides Nepali, he knows Assamese, Hindi, and Bengali. He has around 15 books to his credit, notable amongst which are Meghdut Kavya, Mero Ghar, Mero Sansar, Samarpan, Tasvir Ek Raat Ko, Hatyakari, and Sati Goma, Nava Ashru, Virahi. He has won several awards and honors which include Assam Nepali Sahitya Parishad Drama Samman, Rajik Nepali Bhasha Senani Samman, Sahitya Akademi Translation Prize, Madan Smarak Vyakhyan Mala Puraskar, Nepali Sahitya Sammelan Puraskar. Saino is a collection of 4 plays depicting Indo-China War, Bangladesh Mukti War, and other PV historical issues. The plays have an excellent blend of mythology, history, and Indian culture, emphasizing patriotism and also thoughtfully talk of socio-cultural phenomena, maintaining humanity at their core. The plays represent the uniqueness of the all-inclusive worldview of the playwright. As such, Saino is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian drama in Nepali. Thank you. The award in Odia goes to Gayatri Balapanda. Gayatri Balapanda is a noted Odia poet, fiction writer, critic, editor, and journalist. She was born on 17 April 1977 at Jagat Singhpur, Odisha. She has earned her master's and PhD degrees in library and information science from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Also, she holds master degree in journalism and mass communication from Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. She knows English and Hindi besides Odia. Currently, she is head Prachin Shiksha व Anusandhan, that is deemed to be University Bhubaneswar. She has several publications to her credit, a few of which are Ahata Pratisruti, Akhi Nai, Kana Nai, and Dayanadi. She has won several prestigious awards and honors such as Sahitya Akademi Award Puraskar, Rajiv Gandhi Sadbhavana Award, Utkala Sahitya Samaj Yuva Kavi Samman, Istahara Kavita Samman, and Akshaya Sahitya Samman. Dayanadi, a collection of poems, focuses on the historic Kalinga War fought between the Maurya Empire under the Emperor Ashoka and the state of Kalinga. The carnage on the battlefield turned the Daya into a river of blood, and the heart-rending sight led Ashoka to renounce violence and embrace Buddhism. In this book, the Daya is not just a river, it is the energy that flows through one's veins and keeps human values alive. The poems have unconventional blend of intensity and deep sensibility. As such, Dayanati is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian poetry in Odia language. Thank you. An award in Punjabi. Award in Punjabi goes to Sukhjit. Sukhdeep is an eminent Punjabi writer and playwright. He was born on 4th January 1961 in Durkot, Ramsi, Moga, Punjab. He studied up to higher secondary and has been into full-time writing. He knows Hindi besides Punjabi. He has around 20 publications to his credit, some of which are Ranganda, Manovigyan, Antra, मैं जैसी हूँ मैं वैसी क्यों हूँ and हजार कहानियां दा बाप. The awards he received so far are Kulwant Singh Virk Puraskar, Katha Award, Nanak Singh Puraskar, and Bhai Veer Singh Puraskar. My Ayun Ghosh Nahi, a collection of short stories, has lent Punjabi short fiction a new dimension. The stories explore into the inner lives of the characters as they confront moral dilemmas. They liberate human resilience in the face of extreme adversity, the apt fusion of myth and reality in retelling the ordinary tales of the life extraordinarily make it a remarkable fiction. The narrative technique has lyrical intensity and exploits the inherent beauty and strength of Punjabi language. As such, my Ayangosh Nai is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian short fiction in Punjabi. Rajasthani में पुरस्कृत कमल रंगा, but due to some unavoidable circumstances he couldn't make it. संस्कृत में पुरस्कृत जनार्दन प्रसाद पांडे मणि. संस्कृत में प्रश्न जनार्दन प्रसाद पांडे मणि प्रख्यात संस्कृत विद्वान और लेखक है। आपका जन्म 2 अक्टूबर 1962 को जौनपुर उत्तर प्रदेश में हुआ। अपने इलाहाबाद विश्वविद्यालय में संस्कृत में स्नातकोत्तर तथा पीएचडी की उपाधियां प्राप्त की। आपको संस्कृत के अलावा हिंदी तथा अंग्रेजी भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है। संप्रति आप केंद्रीय संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालय प्रयागराज उत्तर प्रदेश में साहित्य विभाग के प्रोफेसर और प्रमुख के रूप में कार्यरत है। आपकी कई पुस्तक कृतियां प्रकाशित है, जिनमें उल्लेखनीय है नित्यानंदिनी, निराजना, रागिनी, नंद समुच्चय आदि। आपको कालिदास सम्मान, पंडित राज जगन्नाथ पुरस्कार, विविध पुरस्कार, महर्षि कण्व सम्मान, साहित्य प्रवीण सम्मान, साहित्यकार सम्मान जैसे कई पुरस्कारों तथा सम्मानों से विभूषित किया गया है। दीप माणिक्यम में 10 सर्ग शामिल है, जो सरल शैली में सरस्वती नदी की कहानी बताते हैं, जिसकी प्रशंसा ऋग्वेद में की गई है। यह कृति स्पष्ट रूप से सामाजिक दुविधाओं और विषयों के प्रति मूर्ताओं को तीखे उपहास के साथ पाठकों के समक्ष रखती है। लेखक की निपुणता और लय, संदर्भों के प्रासंगिक प्रयोग, भाषा पर अधिकार और विनोदपूर्ण प्रस्तुतिकरण कृति को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाते हैं। दीप माणिक्यम कृति संस्कृत में लिखित भारतीय काव्य को महत्वपूर्ण योगदान मानी गई है। संताली में पुरस्कृत जगन्नाथ सोरेन। जगन्नाथ सोरेन प्रख्यात संताली लेखक और कवि है। आपका जन्म 19 अगस्त 1950 को पश्चिम बंगाल के मधुपुर कटरा में हुआ। आपने विज्ञान में स्नातक की उपाधि प्राप्त की। आपको संताली के अलावा हिंदी, बांग्ला तथा अंग्रेजी भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है। आप इंडियन ऑयल कॉर्पोरेशन से सेवानिवृत्त हुई। आपकी कई कृतियां प्रकाशित है। आपकी कुछ उल्लेखनीय कृतियां हैं चाचो दीदी, दुली चेतना, आजो काते मानवी उलूम। आपको गुणीजन पुरस्कार, पोइट ऑफ द ईयर अवार्ड, रेवरेंड पीओ बोर्डिंग स्मृति पुरस्कार, साधु रामचंद्र स्मृति पुरस्कार, किस्कूर रापाज पुरस्कार से भूषित किया गया है। सबरनाका बलिरे सनन पांचाय कविता संग्रह है, जो मनुष्यों के सुख और दुख तथा उनके सामाजिक संसार के विविध पहलुओं को दर्शाता है। यह संग्रह रूपक के माध्यम से साबरनाक नदी समीप के संतालियों के जीवन और समय के बीच का दृश्य प्रस्तुत करता है। प्रासंगिक शब्द चयन और कल्पना जो कवि के भीतर गहराई से निहित है, कविताओं को और अधिक समृद्ध करती है तथा अनुनादी प्रतीक विरल गहनता और जीवन शक्ति प्राप्त करने वाली अर्थ ध्वनियों को समृद्ध करते हैं। सबरनाका बालिने सनन पंचय कृति संताली में लिखित भारतीय काव्य को महत्वपूर्ण योगदान मानी गई है। Award in Sindhi goes to Kanela Lekwani. Kanailal Lekwani is a distinguished Sindhi writer and linguist. He was born on 1st April 1942 in Hyderabad, Sindh, now in Pakistan. He earned his master's degree in Hindi, linguistics, and also PhD degrees. Besides Sindhi, he knows Hindi and English, former associate professor and head department of Sindhi at Western Regional Language Center, CIL, Deccan College Campus, Pune. He has several publications to his credit, a few of which are Virahangya Jun Chundi Sindhi Kahaniya, Tahkiki Ain Tankidi Makala, and Sindhi Shabdru, etc. He is the recipient of many prestigious awards and honors such as National Award from the Ministry of Education and Social Welfare, Government of India, Chhattisgarh Sindhi Sahitya Akademi Award, Doordarshan Asahayog Foundation Award, and Maharashtra Rajya Sindhi Sahitya Akademi Award. Sindhi Sahitya Jo Muktasar Ithas, History of Sindhi Literature, provides a detailed account of the several aspects of the development of Sindhi language and literature from the origin and development to in 2015. Besides on the formidable research and irrefutable observations, the scholarly work makes a valuable contribution to literary historiography. The work carries a significance that it does not merely enlighten the students and connoisseurs, but also scholars and researchers. As such, Sindhi Sahitya Jo Muksar Ithas is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian non-fiction in Sindhi. Thank you. Award in Tamil goes to M. Rajendran. M. Rajendran is an eminent Tamil writer in Tamil and English. He was born on 6th May 1959 in Vadagarai, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. He holds a master's degree in English literature, LLM, and PhD from Tanjavur Tamil University. Besides Tamil, he knows Hindi and English. He served as IAS officer in the government of Tamil Nadu and retired as election commissioner of Tamil Nadu State Cooperative Societies. Currently, he is president of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Mangaladevi Kannangi Temple Trust. He has around 20 publications to his credit. His notable works include Vanna Seradi, uh, Madam, and Yanaigalin Kadaisi Desam, Kambalai Mudal, and Pallavar Kala Seppudugal. He is the recipient of several prestigious awards, namely Malaysian Don Sri Soma Award, Pudumai Pittan Award by SRM University, Tamil Nadu, and Mapo C Literary Award. Kala Pani, the novel celebrates the unprecedented courage and devotion of the 73 freedom fighters who fought against the British rule and were deported to Penang and Sumatra. The novelist the novelist recreates a glorious events in the history of the Indian freedom struggle, which has not received the attention it deserved. The novel signs proudly of human values and the yearning for the freedom and shows a fine balance between reason and emotion. As such, Kalapani is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian fiction in Tamil. Thank you. Award in Telugu goes to Madurantakam Narendra. Madurantakam Narendra is an eminent writer in Telugu and English. He was born on 16 July 1957 at Ramanaigarepalle, Tirupati district, Andhra Pradesh. He holds a master's degree in English language and literature, also MPhil and PhD degrees. Besides Telugu, he knows English. He retired as professor Department of English, SV University, Tirupati. He has more than 15 publications to his credit, which include Kumbh Mela, Asthitvaniki Atu Itu, 2014, Konda Kinda Kotturu, and Rupantaram, and Katanjali, a study of the short stories of Rabindranath Tagore, etc. He is the recipient of several prestigious awards and distinctions, some of which are Madras Telugu Akademi Award, Katha Award, American Telugu Association Award, Rabindranath Tagore Puraskaram, and Madhunaputra Katha Gaurav Puraskaram. Monodharma Paragam is a novel that vividly depicts the lives of two generations of Devadasis. It delineates subtly and sensitively the intertwined sexual and artistic lives of innumerable women. The writer's genuinely human insights into social history, deep social concern, and the art of encapsulation of many a social issue make the novel remarkable. The innovative narrative technique deftly employed in the novel enhances its appeal and significance. As such, Monodharma Paragam is considered as an important contribution to the genre of Indian fiction in Telugu. उर्दू में पुरस्कृत अनीस अशफाक। अनीस अशफाक प्रख्यात उर्दू कवि, लेखक, आलोचक और अनुवादक है। आपका जन्म 30 जून 1950 को लखनऊ, उत्तर प्रदेश में हुआ। आपने लखनऊ विश्वविद्यालय से उर्दू साहित्य में स्नातकोत्तर, पीएचडी तथा डीलिट की उपाधियां प्राप्त की। आपको उर्दू के अलावा हिंदी, फारसी तथा अंग्रेजी का भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है। आप लखनऊ विश्वविद्यालय के उर्दू विभागाध्यक्ष तथा प्रोफेसर के पद से सेवानिवृत्त हुए हैं। आपने लगभग 25 पुस्तकें तथा 300 से अधिक लेख लिखे हैं। आपकी उल्लेखनीय कृतियां हैं उर्दू गजल में अलामत निगारी, अदब की बातें, बहस तो तनकीद, ख्वाब शराब, गजल का नया अलामती निजाम आदि। आपको साहित्य अकादमी अनुवाद पुरस्कार, उर्दू अदब पुरस्कार, प्राइड ऑफ लखनऊ पुरस्कार, फखरुद्दीन आली अहमद गालिब इनाम, इकबाल सम्मान आदि कई पुरस्कारों तथा सम्मानों से अलंकृत किया जा चुका है। ख्वाब शराब, मिर्जा हादी, रुस्वाकृत उर्दू उपन्यास उमराव जान आधा से प्रेरित उत्कृष्ट काल्पनिक उपन्यास है। यह अभिनव कृति 19वीं शताब्दी के दौरान लखनऊ की उमराव जान के जीवन को त्रासद जीवन की कथा सूक्ष्म दृष्टिकोण के साथ बयान करती है। भाषा के प्रयोग की असाधारण समझ, उत्कृष्ट गद्य तथा सटीक संवादों के कारण इस कृति की शैली अत्यंत उत्कृष्ट बन पड़ी है। उत्कृष्ट कथानक और लखनऊ का जीवंत स्मरण इस उपन्यास को पठनीय बनाता है। ख्वाब शराब कृति उर्दू में लिखित भारतीय कथा साहित्य को महत्वपूर्ण योगदान मानी गई है। Thank you. Once again, I congratulate all the award winners. And thank the President and Vice President and also the jury members who choose these wonderful awardees. for today's the Sahitya Akademi Award 2022. Now I request the chief guest of this evening, Sri Kamani Chatterjee, who is a distinguished English writer and a scholar, to address this august gathering. So, President of the Sahitya Akademi, Madam Vice President and Secretary, and perhaps more importantly, distinguished men and women of letters from all over India. When I received this invitation, I was asked to speak for a duration of 8 to 10 minutes on a topic connected with books and what they contain. But even 8 minutes can be interminable when one has nothing to say. Or rather, truly speaking, nothing to offer that you haven't heard or thought of 1,000 times before. I have two other good reasons for keeping this discourse short. One, I'm guessing that for all of us, awardees as well as members of the audience, literature is an exhausting and utterly personal business. The experience of it is, at least for me, fundamentally unshareable. One's struggle with pen or typewriter or keyboard is really almost too trite to talk about. It is the end result that matters, and all too often, as all of us know, that turns out to be pretty trite too. So, the other reason for keeping it short this evening is that, well, it's nice of the Academy to call me the chief guest, but the real guests of honor have been hidden behind us by the office bearers and by, but I'm an ex-bureaucrat, so we love hogging the spotlight, but they are the real VVIPs today. And the earlier I frankly thought that perhaps they could also have been asked to speak, but I still remember a long time ago, in 2004, when I got the award, I sat too where Anuradha Roy is sitting, and I think they had 5 chairs instead of 4. So what with the chairs in front of us and the row of photographers blocking the view of the audience, all we saw were heads, and all that the audience saw were the backs of heads. But still, don't lose heart. You are the real guests of honor today, and do not forget that you are the principal reason for our assembling here this evening. There is one other entity, in fact, all of the little that I have to say has already been said extremely well by the President and the Secretary, but there is one other entity that one needs to pay tribute to, and that is our host. We are all participating today in what must be really the most extraordinary felicitation ceremony in the universe of literature anywhere in the world. Patiently, diligently, and as impartially as can be in the circumstances, the Sahitya Akademi for the last 7 decades has been honoring the best books published in the preceding year, not in 1 language, not in 4, but it has now become 24 languages. That, by any standard, is an extraordinary achievement.
Nowhere else in the world, I think, and I'm quite sure, does anything remotely comparable happen. And I think that it is the duty of each one of us who are writers, who claim to be writers, that this prized treasure, this pluralism, which is so rare, is not sullied or tarnished or diminished in any way. I leave you with two perennial questions. They are perennial because they have been asked down the ages and not answered satisfactorily at all. The first is, how do I read all of you? To read a translation is not to read the text that you want to read, is to read another creation. Translations are absolutely necessary, they are absolutely essential, but I have always felt when I read, in fact, I did make the mistake of reading a translation of my own book. And while reading it, what kept recurring in my mind was the lines from one of my favorite poems of my adolescence. I kept thinking, but this is not it at all. This is not what I meant at all. The translation itself was first rate, but it wasn't what I had intended to say. So that is one question. The second question is that as a body of writers of an extraordinarily diverse culture and literary tradition, are we to look outward or inward? Our views are bound to differ, and the first obvious reaction is both. But over the years, I personally have tended to believe that the anecdote that I have heard about Jayakantan, I read about it several years ago, when that belligerent Tamil writer was asked whether he had read the eminent French existentialist Jean-Paul Sartre. Jayakantan is reported to have retorted, well, has Sartre read me? I thank you for your attention, and I congratulate you once again most warmly on the recognition that you received today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful but short speech. Friends, now I request our Vice President to say a few words. Before that, I would just like to inform all of you, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, all these award winners will speak about their own writing, their journey of writing, and how to become a writer, what made them a writer, all these things they will tell, and they will share their views with all of us. That will be held in the Ravindra Bhavan lawns at morning 10 o'clock. So I request all of you to join. And along with that, we have several simultaneous events in our Ravindra Bhavan lawns. So I request all of you to kindly attend as many as possible and make the events a grand success. So now I request Professor Kumu Sharma ji, Vice President Sahitya Akademi, to say a few words.
साहित्य अकादमी के अध्यक्ष श्री माधव कौशिक जी, हमारे आज के मुख्य अतिथि श्री मनी चटर्जी जी, साहित्य अकादमी के सचिव श्री के श्रीनिवास जी, और आज साहित्य अकादमी सम्मान से सम्मानित विविध भारतीय भाषाओं के समस्त रचनाकार और साहित्यिक बंधु। आज बहुत ही सुखद अवसर है कि इस सभागार में विविध भारतीय भाषाओं के रचनाकारों को साहित्य अकादमी सम्मान से सम्मानित किया गया है, और ये बहुत ही प्रतिष्ठित सम्मान है, जो सम्मान पूरे देश भर में साहित्य के प्रति सृजन की उत्सुकता भी जगाता है और साहित्य की तरफ लोगों को आकर्षित भी करता है। तमाम साहित्यकारों के मन में यह आकांक्षा जगती है कि काश हम इस साहित्य अकादमी पुरस्कार से सम्मानित हो सके। और जैसा कि हमारे अध्यक्ष महोदय ने कहा था, ये जो मंच है जिसमें विविध भारतीय भाषाओं के रचनाकार हैं, मैं कहना चाहूंगी यहाँ हमारी भारतीय भाषाओं का सौंदर्य बिखर रहा है इस मंच पर। भारतीय रचनात्मकता के लंबे इतिहास में विविध भारतीय भाषाओं के बीच एकता के संधान का जो सूत्र है वो हमारा सांस्कृतिक बोध है। हम विभिन्न प्रांतों में रहते हैं, हमारी भाषा अलग हो सकती है, हमारी वेशभूषा अलग है, हमारा खान पान अलग है, लेकिन हम अपने देश की जीवंत परंपराओं से, अपने मिथकों से, अपने इतिहास बोध से, अपने स्मृति बोध से एक जैसा ही नाता महसूस करते हैं। भारतीयता के संवाद स्वरों को, उसकी चेतना को हमारे भारतीय रचनाकार बचाए हुए हैं। हमारे सांस्कृतिक बोध में, हमारी संस्कृति में समरसता की, सर्वसमावेशी प्रकृति के इतने सूत्र समाहित हैं और उन सूत्रों को पकड़कर जब भारतीय भाषाओं में साहित्य रचा जाता है तो पाठक के नैतिक संवेदन को छूता है, उसके विवेक को जागृत करता है और हमें बताता है कि तुम कहाँ गलत हो, तुम कहाँ सही हो। बहुत सही कहा श्री मनु चटर्जी ने कि जब हम लिखते हैं तो हम चीजों को साधते हैं, पेन, टाइपराइटर। साहित्यकार कच्चा माल बटोरता है, कलम को साधता है, स्मृतियों को खंगालता है, पात्रों को खोजता है और फिर वो लिखता है। लेकिन इन सब को बटोरने के साथ वो अच्छी कलाकृति साहित्य में तभी बना सकता है जब उसके बाद सही विजन हो। और हमारा जो भारतीय साहित्य है वो एक अखंडित समग्र दृष्टि की चेतना के संवाहिका जो भारतीय संस्कृति है उसकी धारा को लेकर के चल रहा है। और मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि साहित्य अकादमी संस्थान जो अमृत काल आज है और नए भारत के निर्माण का जो हम सपना देख रहे हैं, उसकी संभावनाओं का जो द्वार खुल गया है, हम नए पथ पर आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, उसमें सहयोग करेगा और भारतीय भाषाओं के रचनाकार अपने साहित्य के माध्यम से हमारे साथ चलेंगे। और अब मैं समस्त सम्मानित साहित्यकारों को जो यहाँ सम्मान लेने के लिए आए, उपस्थित हुए, और आज के हमारे मुख्य अतिथि श्री मनु चटर्जी को जिन्होंने बहुत ही सुंदर शब्दों से हमें सम्मोहित किया, संबोधित किया, और आज के अध्यक्ष साहित्य अकादमी के अध्यक्ष माधव कौशिक जी को, साहित्य अकादमी के सचिव राव साहब को और सबको, आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप इस शाम को यहाँ सम्मिलित हुए। हमारे मीडिया से हमारे बंधु यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, उनका भी बहुत बहुत आभार, पुनः सबका आभार इस सफल आयोजन के लिए, आपके समारोह के, आपकी साझेदारी के लिए, क्योंकि कोई भी आयोजन जो है एक सामूहिक साझेदारी से बनता है। इस सामूहिक साझेदारी के लिए आप सबका अभिनंदन, बहुत बहुत आभार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। Now we will have a group photograph.
चलो तो इतनी दूर से भाई, इतना बड़ा ग्रुप होगा, पता कितना बड़ा ग्रुप होगा, घर आगे वही तो लफड़ा हो रहा है। तुम क्या सोच रहे हो? और कलाकार बहुत एडवांस हो, ब्लैक मिशन। कौन सा ब्लैक मिशन? हमारा अच्छा हमारा रुक जाओ 1 मिनट, वो भी शायद पीछे ही आएंगे। आ गए नहीं, नहीं आए। वेट में गया तू नहीं आ रहा कोई भाई नहीं वेट में आएगा कैसे ग्रुप उनका भी नहीं है सारे मुंबई वाले ही आगे पर्सनल मीडिया ज्यादा घुस गया ना एक्सक्यूज मी
अच्छा अच्छा चल रहा
हाँ यहीं से और क्या है टाइट सिंह से ऐसे हमने तो दिखा दिया क्या पता बोल दे आज का अगर काम आगे होंगे अभी तक तो तुम्हें बोल देगा आप कहाँ जाओगे चलो
अब यहाँ तो एकेडमी की गाड़ी वाला
चलो भाई ओके गुड नाइट
यहाँ गाडी छ ल्याएको एकाडेमी की गाडी सबै तीन बसेको छ एकदम तपाईँहरूको होइन